Welcome everyone to Think Tank Thursday with Cafefuel, the 9-step system that will show you everything you need to know to use the internet to get more customers. My name is Brian Devine, and today we are talking about a super fast, super easy way to get more customers and to do it on the cheap. Like we're talking, you can make it really, really cheap. What am I talking about? I don't know if you've guessed it. It is Facebook check-ins. Yes, stay with me though. Stay with me because you might have thought of doing this before. And what's funny is that just in the last week, I've had 2 people ask me about check-ins. And this is actually a service that we put together like 2 years ago and realized it was really powerful and then kind of got excited about some other stuff. And what happens, it happens to me just like everybody else. We get excited about the newest thing, the newest way to get customers. And what you have to always come back to and remember is that if something works, do more of it. Don't look for something else until whatever's working stops working. And it's a powerful thing to be reminded of. And so I'm reminding it to you today because it is a huge thing. So if you go back through any of your marketing that you've ever done and something was working, ask yourself why you stopped, because it might be that it did stop working, because there are things that we've done that, they don't work anymore. And there's lots of reasons for it. Sometimes the platform's gone, right? It's just like you can't market there anymore, or they've made it so restrictive that it's just not worth it or cost effective. So there are reasons to stop doing things, but sometimes, like Facebook check-ins, you just kind of get bored with it and stop doing it. So I'm bringing it back today. And I'm going to bring it back in a way that I'm going to cover some basic things that I want you to do. So the very first thing you do when you say, okay, we're going to promote Facebook check-ins. And in case you're not familiar with Facebook check-ins, what it does is it means that when somebody comes into your location, your restaurant, that they check in on Facebook. They tell Facebook and all of their friends that they're here, that they're in your establishment. And usually they kind of say something about it, or they take a picture, right? A picture is great, right? They take a picture, I'm here, selfie, whatever it is. And then they post that. And it's a check-in showing that they are in your establishment. And that is a very, very powerful thing because you're having people's friends, family recommending you by saying, here I am. And it's something that you absolutely want to be doing. So now that we know what a Facebook check-in is and why it's so powerful, because everyone that they're connected to is going to see that they are there. And then hopefully they'll have questions and they'll think, oh gosh, I haven't been there. Or I remember that place. I haven't been there in a while. I should go, right? There's all these things that happen. So when you are going to put something like this together, I want you to think of it in a very methodical way and make it easy for yourself. First step is, do you want to offer a special or a discount for them to do it right now? And then they check in, they show you they checked in, and then you give them whatever it is. So that is option number 1. And that can be a little bit more expensive, right? But you're paying for free advertising. So this is free advertising that you're paying a little bit for. So I guess it's not really free entirely, but I do want you thinking about what the value is of having somebody do this. Now, some people are going to be connected to hundreds and hundreds of other people that are within your area, and some people aren't. So some people will have they'll be more valuable to you, but you're not going to know that. So you'll have to just start, putting this plan together. So option 2 is you do like a raffle. So at the end of the month, and I do recommend you do at least a month. I wouldn't necessarily do longer than a month because people lose track. So have some kind of a giveaway, a special, a raffle that one person's going to get. And this requires a little bit more effort on your part because you have to keep track, right? You have to make sure that you are kind of putting people on a list so that you can then do a random drawing. However, it's a whole lot less expensive, right? So you can just do that one thing. And when somebody says, hey, I just, I checked in, awesome. Facebook is going to have all that data so that you're going to see that happened. And then you can start building, kind of your list of people that have checked in, and then you can do your raffle. There's all kinds of ways to make that work. So that is step 1, is deciding, do you want an instant gratification for the check-in, or do you want to do some kind of a raffle at the end of the month type of gratification? So step 1 is making that choice. And there's no right or wrong. And you might say, well, this month we're going to do option A, and next month we'll do option B and see which works better and which is more fun for us, because that's really what it's all about. So once you figure that out, then put your offer on a table tent. Put it on your Facebook page. Put it everywhere that you can think of, because you really do want to promote this. So you want to put that out on Facebook and say, here's what we're doing. When you come to our establishment and check in, we're going to put you in a raffle or we're going to give you this right away, and make it really clear, really simple, right? So not 10 steps, just check in when you come and you'll get this. Really simple. Table tents are great. And if you're in a location where table tents don't make sense, print out a big QR code that says scan this, and then you can explain it on the QR. When they scan the QR code, you can explain it. And then again, just make it easy for the customer to take advantage. So now that you've got those first two steps, then what you're going to do is, you're going to, so we've, covered one where you choose what you're going to do. Cover two, which is you let people know that you're having it, put that on your Facebook. Then I would say about halfway through the month, make sure that you've told people again, put that, another post on social media telling people that, hey, it's still running and it's doing great and we can't wait to have you. And as people are checking in, so this is sort of that really important step that a lot of people forget. When people check in, take the check-in notification, repost it to your page, and so it's at the top, and thank them, right? Not a big deal. You're just saying, thank you so much for checking in. We're so grateful to have you, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but what you're doing is you're kind of reminding people that in your sphere of influence, in their sphere of influence, like your establishment. They like going there. So that is the other value. You have now a constant stream of content to push on your social media so that you can do that over and over and over again. Okay. Really, really important. Now, as you're getting towards the end, let's say 5 to 7 days, when it's just about to end, put out another post reminding people that, hey, it's almost done. And then I would probably do one or two more pushes because, hey, why not, right? And just letting people know it's still available, still available, still available. And then on the first day of the next month, let them know who the winner is if you've done a raffle. There's tools where you can take a list of names and it will randomly pick one. So and you can even film that, right? You can do a screen capture where we're like, hey, this is how we're going to do it. And so that way there's like no one's ever going to accuse you of favoritism or anything like that. It's just random. So that's always good to kind of film that and say, hey, take a look at who won the prize. And then it will randomly go through. Now, when you do that, if you're going to film it, don't show last names. It's just one of those things that I always recommend. Just don't show last names, because some people get a little bit hinky about that. So just use the first names. Obviously, you're going to have the last names, so you're going to know who actually won. But then you can say, look at the winner, and then they get to watch this little video that shows, hey, we're spinning. There's the winner. Hey, this person just won, and we'll get that to you, and you can get it to them in any way that you see fit. Lots of different ways to reach out. You can do it via Facebook. You can do it, through a phone call, through an email, whatever it is that you want to do. All right, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Then you're on now month 2. You can run the same offer again. You can change it up a little bit. And like I said in the first place, if you can't decide which way you want to go, whether you want to do an instant gratification or a raffle, just whatever you chose for the first month, just switch it up and see what you like. Because that is the game, right? Making sure that people are thinking about you, because everyone is busy. Everyone is overwhelmed right now. And you have to remind people that you exist. Otherwise, they do forget. So that is what this is all about. So doing a check-in, having a system for actually doing this. And it's not just, hey, we're going to do a check-in and then you forget about it. Actually thinking through this process, putting those steps in place, it will be extremely, extremely effective. You'll have a reach on social media that you would never have otherwise. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you put something on your social media, Facebook is going to let anywhere from 1% to 5% of the people that follow you see your content. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You should, because there's all kinds of reasons that we can talk about for an hour. But you now have the ability of having people that have come into your restaurant, come into your establishment, putting their stamp of approval on you and putting it in front of their friends and family. Everyone that they're connected to is now seeing that. And it's not going to be at that small percentage rate. It's going to be at a much higher rate. Now, that algorithm changes constantly. So who knows? It all depends on how many people they're connected to and how often they post, all that kind of stuff. But we're talking about a dramatically increased number of people that will see you exist, and that will see that someone they know, like, and trust likes to go to your establishment. Okay, so that's what I want to cover today. If you need some help with all this, we're happy to help. We've got templates, we've got systems, we've got steps to follow. We can do it all for you. There's all kinds of things we can do to help you along the way. But I just want to make sure you're thinking about, at the very least, go back for the last year. What marketing efforts have you done that worked? And ask yourself, if you are no longer doing them, why? Because the answer might be, gosh, we just stopped doing it. And a lot of times, especially like a check-in, right? A month goes by where you're like, we don't have time to do that this month. We're not going to do it. And then 2 months go by, 3 months, and then it's like a year goes by and you just stop doing it, and you really should keep doing it. All right. So that's what I had for you today. I hope you found some value in it. I look forward to seeing you next time on Think Tank Thursday with Cafefuel. That's it for me. Bye for now.